Hi ladies, it's a beautiful Sunday afternoon here, glorious sunshine. Just wanted to show you what I've done for Sonya Steptoe's swap challenge, her birthday challenge. What it amounts to basically is that we individually are given someone's name and we send 5 items to that person. We know who we're sending to, but we don't know who we're receiving from, so it's all quite exciting. You have to alter 4 things and make a card. So if I just start off with what I've done, I think I'm hoping I haven't made a terrible mistake here, because I've got hung up on purple, which isn't really my colour, but everything seems to have got purple in it. So if my special person doesn't like purple, I've really fluffed the whole thing, and I apologise in advance for that. The first thing I made was one of these origami boxes made out of card, and on the lid here, if I just take the lid off, I don't know if the camera will pick it up, there are 3 flowers made out of zips. One of the things that we had to alter was a zip. It's metal teeth. I've just put a little stick pin in, used some trim which I've cut up into little diamonds really, so it sort of looks like fans. Purple underneath that, and a little tag to lift the box off with. I've used AB finished beads in the corner just to keep the colour together. In the box I've just popped lace on all the folds, this little bit of braiding around the top here, reinforced the base of the box because it is only made out of card, and there are some, I've made these before, some quite vulnerable places within the box. One of them I show you on the bottom where I've reinforced it again, is where all the creases occur in the centre of the card, and I have known that to give way, so I've just put a little diamond of card there with a little flower again from the trim that I cut up, all the lace round about to make it pretty. I hope it's not too twee, but that said, it's quite sturdy, it's quite deep as you can see, so you could keep any amount of things in it that you wanted really, from your embellishments through to little bits of jewellery or special bits and pieces that you want to just keep in a secure place. To get the lid on, it is snug. You do have to be quite determined to get it in situ, but when it's on you can see it's quite nice. I'm quite pleased with it. That's that one. And the other thing was to alter a cotton reel. Well, I've never done anything like this before, so I've not altered it out of recognition. What's happened here is I've got some tiny pearl bead trim which I've wrapped around the spindle of the reel. It can come off, you can use it again. I've used some of the trim that I used on the box around the top aspect of the reel, and I've also put more of the little purple roses. The stick pin, I'm hoping you can see, it's just purple again with a dark amethyst pattern within the glass bead here, a little embellishment that's allowed me to put a pearl inside of the little circle, and then a pearl on the bottom just to finish the stick. But if all else fails and the reel isn't any good to anyone, at least hopefully the stick pin will come into its own. But I thought it was quite sweet, quite pretty, and I'm hoping that my special person will appreciate the work that's gone into it. If she doesn't like the colour, oh my word, I'm going to be worried. The third thing was to alter a pen. Here's purple yet again. I do apologise to my special lady, especially if it's not a colour that she quite likes. The pen is just one of these ones that's got the fitted cap into the top that will actually come out and off. The same purple and white roses, a little bow which I've done either end, a little bit of ribbon just to finish off. Hopefully that won't fray. On the back I've used little glass embellishments just to add a bit of interest in the back of the pen. When you take the lid off, unfortunately it's blue, which is a shame, but there's not a lot I can do about it. I tried painting it, it wasn't going to have any, so that went by the by and I just had to leave it blue. But you can see that it's a working pen, which was again one of the criteria for altering the pen. So all in all, another little funky little doodad, I think we can say. It is possible to line the front up just by swivelling the top around a little bit. The other thing was an altered jar, and this I am particularly pleased with. It's one of the jars that is, it's got dimples on the front, if that makes sense. So all I did, it's a screw top, which makes it a lot easier. All I did was put 2 layers of lace around that, some pearl trim, one of these metal embellishments, an acrylic embellishment with a little bit of bling on the top. Didn't want to really have it overstated. I used a doily then that's got its own integral pattern, which hopefully just adds some texture and prettiness to the lid. Inside I've put some special things, but we'll leave those just for the person who's receiving the gift. And around about the jar I've just used this lace trim, which is quite deep and it's cotton, so it allows itself to be pushed around a little bit without it being a problem. And more of the little, sorry, all these blinking blue things, I'll have to get them off, more of the little purple flowers just to add more insult to injury, more purple. But that was the jar. It's a nice size, you can keep all sorts of things in it. And on the bottom I've just put a little daisy motif just to finish it off, and so that it's quite balanced on the base. So I'll put that one back on. That's the 4 main items there that you had to do. And then finally you had to make a card for the person, which I've done. And I've done the book of tricks because people seem to like that one. And what I've done is this vintage image of a little girl, a butterfly with some marabou feathers and a little bit of bling in amongst the feathers, lace around the top. I've embossed it with butterflies, and on the front here you can't see, but the recipient will, there are little roses. A spellbinder's butterfly, which I've put some bling on the body of. Oh dear, more blue glue things. A little bit of glitter in the hair, just to make the image come alive a little bit with a nice little frame. It's silver in the centre, and on the back here is a little tag for the person who will receive this, and hopefully it will be all acceptable. I've done a little stand for the card, which matches the front, and I'm hoping, oops, that's it, I'm hoping it will stand there for you so you can see. Oops, a daisy. It's not going to because I want it to. So you can see how it sits. Is it going to? In the stand. So there we are, ladies. That's my entry for Sonya Steptoe. Sonya, you've really challenged me. I do thank you for this opportunity. It's been fun, but an awful lot of work if you aren't a natural at coming up with ideas, which I'm not. So thank you very much for watching, ladies. I'll be glad when it's time to send it off, because then once it's gone I won't have to consider perhaps starting all over again and not using purple. Thank you very much for watching, ladies. Do take care. Have a lovely rest of Sunday. Bye bye.